Hello, welcome once again to another video on matrices. On your screen, you see a mind map of of the topic dealing with matrices. Now, I'm introducing you to a science-backed study method that has proven to be effective for students at both secondary, middle school, high school, and the university levels. Now, this mind map uses your brain's natural ability to process information visually. In other words, by creating and using a mind map, you're developing your ability to think visually. What it means is your brain retains more information when it's presented by either diagrams, images, pictures, photos, or videos. Yes, videos. Now, there's a saying, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth 1,000 reports, 1,000 books. Do you know on YouTube, every day, millions of videos are uploaded to YouTube per minute? Millions of videos. You can learn anything from a video. That's why I've created this set of videos so you can learn powerful techniques for boosting your performance in mathematics. Now, the same thing that I'm saying about mathematics, you can use mind maps on any other subject you're studying: English, sciences, sociology, whatever. You can create your own mind maps. Now, your brain is naturally wired to recognize images instantly. Think of a deer in a jungle. It instinctively recognizes the size and shape of a tiger or a lion, and because it can instantly recognize that shape, it can protect itself by fleeing, running away from the tiger. Your brain also processes information 10,000 times faster through images than through texts. So take advantage of the science backed technique of creating mind maps to boost your understanding of matrices. Now, this is a rightward facing mind map. Remember, you can draw any image and any shape and so on in branches. And the branches are colored so you can recognize the different colors. And I've included images like the smiley here, this image of a calculator multiplying matrices and so on. All these images also help you to boost your retention of the related information. Now, when I expand that branch, it shows you the elements that are related to the introduction of matrices. And matrices are used or designed to store information. You have to know what's in order of the matrix of a matrix and the different types of matrices. Let me expand that. So you have a row matrix, a column matrix, you have a square matrix, you have a unit matrix, diagonal matrix, zero matrix, and so on. So in the mind map, you can present tons of information visually. And since your brain is naturally wired to retain information when presented in the form of a picture or an image, you'll retain more of what you are learning using matrices. Now, how can you create a mind map on the topic of matrices? Well, you go to your textbook, you open the chapter on matrices, you identify the headings and subheadings. Here I've identified the headings: introduction, using matrices, multiplying matrices, and then I use the subheadings. For example, using matrices, we have the subheadings, addition and subtraction, multiplication by a scalar quantity, solving equations using matrices, adding and subtracting matrices using corresponding elements, and so on. Now, by presenting it visually, you are more likely to be able to recall this information than reading it in a textbook or highlighting it in a textbook or repeating it out loud repeatedly or going over the text over and over again. When you're creating your mind map, you're saying out loud the key terms as you enter them. Introduction, and you type in or write in introduction. On the next branch, you write in or type in using matrices and say out loud. When you do it that way, you're using all of your senses to learn at the same time, and that way boosts your retention of the information. You don't want to have to go over and over the textbook. You want to do it once or twice and be able to retain that information. Multiplying matrices, columns by rows by columns, transformations, the different types of transformations. You have translation, it's represented by column matrix. Reflection, in order for there to be a reflection, it has to be in lines through the origin. It is reflected in a line through passing through the origin. You have then rotation, enlargement, glide reflection, combined transformations, and much more. Then you have inverse matrix, key elements, inverse matrix, identity matrix, the formula for that, and so on, and the determinant, how you calculate the determinant, what it looks like, and so on. Remember, you have complete control over this video. You can pause the video at any time and review the different sections. Simultaneous equations. What's the relationship between simultaneous equations and matrices? Well, you can solve simultaneous equations using the matrix and the matrix equation. Check your solutions, always check your solutions. Inverse transformations. To identify an inverse transformation or to create one, you have to use the determinant, then the inverse, and identity matrix, and so on. Now, in our modules, we have video lessons that explain in depth each concept or each section, and it shows you step by step how to solve these problems related to matrices. We review past CXC papers on the topics, and there's a set of multiple choice interactive quizzes. They are digital, not pen and paper. They are digital quizzes you use on your computer, and you enter data in response to the multiple choice questions. The multiple choice questions are similar in style and structure to those that come in your exam, and they help you to objectively evaluate your knowledge, check your knowledge, and evaluate your performance at any stage of your um, learning. So think about it, place your order for years and get your module on matrices. You'll be glad you did.